Welcome to the Freedom Geek Real Talk, where Imogen, the original Freedom Geek, talks with her core team of Filipino virtual assistants about a specific topic. Here, the team kicks off touching on money matters from the Filipino perspective.
I Googled some information on average salaries in the Philippines and found this article that was quite interesting. So this particular article talks about the average annual salary in the Philippines in US dollars. Would anyone like to guess what you think the average Filipino salary per annum in US dollars is?
I'd say $2,500.
Very good guess.
I'm
else?
considering 15,000 a month. 36 USD.
Oh, yeah, great guesses. According to this article, it's $3,218. So kind of in the middle of what you were both saying. This was taken from 2018, so it's a couple of years out of date, but probably not drastically different, because that would then mean that the average salary that's being made per month is about $268 per month, about 13,500 Filipino pesos. Does that sound right to you guys?
With my cost of living right now, Imogen, no. I feel like it will not be enough.
Most people, if you would hear what they are saying, they would say it's better than nothing.
Yeah, okay. And then it talks about the median salary. So that includes, I guess, some extremely wealthy people. So it's a bit of a different figure. Certainly the way it usually works, I believe, is that there's a top kind of relatively small proportion of the population that's making a very big amount of money. So the median salary, which is a lot more, basically, would anyone like to guess what they have quoted that as being per annum, per year in US dollars?
$11,000.
Very good. Yeah, it's 12,955. So basically 13,000, which is pretty close to what you're saying. So, that's interesting. It's kind of a funny figure because I think it's a bit warped. It certainly would be in the UK. There's people, there's a handful of people making hundreds of thousands of pounds, but they represent a relatively small part of the population. But if you take the that median between them and people working minimum wage, then it's not reflective of the people at the bottom at all. But I just thought that was quite interesting. Then it says the average salary of a BPO employee. So what do you think the average salary of a Filipino BPO employee is? Bearing in mind that we talked about it, this is one of the best jobs available in the Philippines per annum in US dollars.
$10,000, $11,000.
It's a little bit lower. It's a good guess though. So it's $7,395. Arguably that might have increased a little. Thing is, I find that salaries don't increase that much year to year too. It doesn't usually mean a huge dramatic difference. So they've quoted it here as 7,395, which is basically about $616 a month. So that's what they believe is the average salary of a BPO employee. Obviously, that's going to vary company to company and different levels throughout the company as well. So what about the average Filipino family income in dollars? Family income.
$5,500.
Yeah, it's pretty good. 6,231. So that's per year for the whole family, which would be $520 a month. So of course, some people make more than that, but these are some stats that I've looked at the internet, which I just thought would be quite interesting. What you guys are saying and guessing is not too far out from what it is. So I just thought it was quite interesting. And then, I mean, obviously salaries vary depending on types of jobs, and the document that Rachel's putting together for us all about the money and the salary side, we're going to include some examples of different types of jobs as well, just to give people a bit more of a feel for what that really looks like, because there's so much, I guess, ignorance, people employing Filipinos and not having any clue what a salary range would be. Although I would always enforce it with the message that if a small business is doing really well, like, please do reward the employees, and that can be monetary, it can be learning development, it can be something personal that's really important to that particular individual. I know someone asked me about this once and they were like, well, how do I incentivize, an employee? And I was like, well, I think you need to talk to them about what's important to them, because one person will value something, flexi time, so much more, and someone else will value money, and someone else will value learning and development, and everyone values all of those things to an extent. But for some people, it's the difference between, you know, staying at home with their family and working in a flexible way around them, or having a lot of stress because you're always trying to sort of fight a structure of not being able to spend time with kids when you really want to, etc.